CLG is pretty much the team to beat. The fans hype up the rivalry, like even the players hype up the rivalry.
The excitement here in the studio has worked up to a fever pitch. It is that time, ladies and gentlemen.
Beating CLG felt really good, even though it wasn't the cleanest victory, of course.
After that game, I was probably just pissed off. In my mind, we won.
CLG come up big on the fight.
One step faster by CLG. It is so difficult for TSM now.
We're winning 95% of the game.
We did not play that game correctly, and we got away with it because they played bad.
That Link ultimate just off the edge. This could be the comeback here for Team Solo Mid.
The only thing that could have given TSM something. Are you kidding me?
That's going to be worse. Styrus calls in the dinner bell. All the members of CLG are bleeding red right now.
Something about CLG versus TSM creates situations like this.
Team Solo Mid persevere. And they take gaming.
Because of the emotions and, high tension, it just like collapsed in.
They're probably really, really salty and they want revenge. It gets a lot more personal than people may think.
Everyone's going to be watching it once again. It decides who will take first seed in North America. That's very important to us. And this time, I just know we won't fail.
Welcome to the North American League Championship Series Spring Split. There's a packed house here in Los Angeles, and it's going to be an exciting day of games today. The docket is full. The crowd is representing their favorite teams. Plenty of TSM and CLG fans. Here's St. Vicious and the rest of Gravity warming up in the waiting room for our first game against Dignitas, and Kiwi Kid and Rico are heading to the stage. Kiwi Kid ready to bring it, it looks like. Well, we've got a huge... I know, right? Yeah, exactly. We've got a huge day coming your way here in Los Angeles, and the fans are fired up to see the El Clasico rematch with TSM versus CLG. I'm James Dash Patterson, along with Sam Kobe, Hartman Kensler, and we're joined by Loco Doco, coach of TSM. And, well, first of all, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
The first thing I want to approach here is in reference to that video there. It was talked about the fact that CLG had such a strong start to that game, and we heard Aframu say it. He, in their mind, had won. They had won that game, only to hand it away. Same thing we heard Dyrus saying it. That they had that game. What's going to be different about this time around that you guys are going to make sure that doesn't happen?
Well, we're going to play our early game a lot better. And
we're not Good answer. How are we going to fix our early game? We're going to play it better.
Yeah. Well, we worked on it a lot, and we're going to play our 2v1 better if it happens, and we're not going to give up 4 dragons for free.
Those are all good. Those
are all good
like
things.
Really good
I can't argue with any of those.
So we did extend the invitation to Scar, but he didn't show up for the interview. So it's just going to be you. And I know that you don't want to answer questions about yesterday, but I have to ask you one anyway, just because everybody's wondering, So you guys came back from Katowice, and of course you're dealing with, jet lag and sickness and all the things that come with travel. But what did it look like from TSM's perspective yesterday, the game versus Gravity? Because you picked, fairly normal TSM things except for the Mundo.
Okay, so no excuses. It wasn't jet lag. It wasn't lack of prep. We knew what we wanted to do, and on the moment, one of the players suggested Mundo, and I let it go through. I knew what were the better picks, but I mean, ultimately, I have the final say when it comes to picking bans. So I should have just went with what I thought was right, and I messed up. We should have taken different picks there.
Oh, okay.
Now, on the topic of picks, we had an interview with Zion Spartan yesterday, and you also mentioned the 2v1s at the beginning of this interview. He basically called you guys out for saying, please ban it, one, because he just is sick of playing Sion, but also he's so confident in that 2v1 when on that champion. Is that something that you guys are afraid of?
No, not really. Well, even if we were going to ban it, I can't say anything here, right?
Right. We're not going to get anything out of you,
but as hard as we try.
Go more general here.
Okay.
TSM, when you're playing against CLG, they obviously have a really good early game, and they're good at trading objectives. What do you feel like is the biggest advantage that TSM has when they're playing against CLG, those players specifically?
Well, CLG, they are big chokers.
Right.
When it comes down to the breaking point, when it really matters, they tend to choke a lot. It's not just one person, it's all across the board. And our players in comparison, are really clutch. When it matters on the day of, the game day, they come out really clutch. They don't give up. They don't tilt. And I think that's a really big difference.
So do you feel like all the fans and all the broadcast team putting so much hype onto these games actually helps you guys because it may increase the pressure on both teams?
It's a double-edged sword, but I'm hoping it helps.
All right.
All right, coming off the backside of IEM Katowice, this is kind of just a larger scale question I want to ask is, you guys have now, earlier in the season we asked a lot about what your strategies have been, and it's been looking towards that international competition. Well, you've, in a sense, proven yourself internationally with that win. Now, given the fact that we're coming back in, we have the playoff race, this is a battle for first place, and you're moving into the actual playoff games. Is it time to refocus on NA and make sure slip-ups like yesterday don't happen, as opposed to focusing on expanding the strategies and champion pools?
Well, our goal, being able to play multiple playstyle, it doesn't just apply to international competition. If we're able to do that well, like, it will definitely help us win NA and playoffs. So our prep work is more focused towards NA teams, so I don't think it should change how we play our style. Like, the style we're trying to achieve, like being able to play multiple priority lanes, being able to gank multiple lanes, having a wide variety of picks for every lane, is not something like that's international specific. It just makes the team better.
Yeah, I mean, historically, TSM as a team has had a problem adapting to new patches quickly. Do you feel, because now you guys have 2 separate analysts, did you have them mostly working on Katowice prep, and you feel like that also fell into why you guys didn't pick up on this 5.5 so quickly? That changed us so much?
Okay, you guys are saying we didn't pick up on 5.5 quickly, but I think other than, like, yesterday was a mishap in picking bans. I don't think, like,
too much on one game.
Yeah, I don't think we were misprepped. And we have that patches pretty quickly, at least for this season. That's not fair to say at all.
I said historically.
All right, okay, enough. Yeah, enough. We'll stop giving you a hard time. Well, anyway, thank you for joining us here on The Desk. Best of luck to the team in the game. I hope it proves to be as exciting as the last match, although it will be hard to top.
I hope we win.
That's, again, fair enough. Well, if you want to read how the newest players from TSM and CLG are preparing for this showdown, head to lolesports.com and check out the article, It's Not Just a Game. Now, we are going to pull up the standings to see where TSM and CLG are tied for first place, but hot on their heels, it's Cloud9 in 3rd place, and 1 game back in 4th, it's Team Impulse. Tied for 5th, it's Gravity and Team 8, while Team Liquid dropped down into 7th place. Sharing 8th, it's Team Dignitas and Winterfox, with Coast locked into 10th place. And starting off our action today, we have Team Dignitas taking on Gravity. Then buckle up for our rivalry showdown between TSM and CLG. After that, Team 8 will battle it out with Cloud9, followed by Impulse versus Winterfox. And we'll conclude our Week 8 action with Coast versus Team Liquid. Then head over to Twitter and show us how you're supporting your favorite LCS team. Share with us your photos of those vanity plates, tattoos, or handcrafted life-size figurines of the entire Team Liquid roster carved out of imported Italian marble, or at LollySports, and use the hashtag LCS. We can highlight a few of those throughout the show, and we're looking forward to it. Now we're going to hand it off to our guys at the caster desk.